everyone, and welcome to Tea with B&D. I'm your host Laura, and each week we discuss topics of heavy industry, heavy manufacturing, and my personal favorite pairings of tasty teas and delectable delights. This episode is video 2 of our Gearbox series. Last week we talked about what a gearbox is, and today we'll be discussing the efficiency of gearboxes and their internal components. So get ready to literally get your gears grinding, grab yourself something hot, and let's get started. This episode's tea of the week is another classic black tea. It's an Earl Grey tea, and many of you guys commented on how much you loved it, so this week I'm sipping on it. Earl Grey teas are flavored from the oil of an orange zest and have many other fruity and floral components such as lemon and grapefruit. And to pair it off nicely this week, the delectable delight is none other than a cakey chocolate glazed donut. That orange and chocolate combo is very good indeed. In the previous episode, we discussed that a gearbox is composed of shafts, bearings, gears, and an internal lubrication system. The efficiency of each gearbox is based on the internal arrangement of their gears. So let's talk about gears. First gear I want to talk about today is SPUR gears. SPUR gears are the simplest of gears, and they're what you normally envision when you think of a gear. A SPUR gear transmits torque only on one tooth at a time. They're usually found in slow speed applications and normally not utilized in multiple reductions. SPUR gears are very inefficient with poor lubrication qualities. They're rarely seen in enclosed gear cases, but normally with guards and are grease lubricated. The American Gear Manufacturers Association, or AGMA, is the trade group of companies involved in gears and related power transmission components. AGMA ratings measure the quality ratings of the gear as they are manufactured. The higher the AGMA rating, the higher the quality and efficiency of the gear. The AGMA rating for SPUR gears is normally low due to the type of metallurgy and gear finish. Two examples of SPUR gears in industrial settings are on chip silos and cement kilns. The second gear I'd like to discuss is a worm gear. A worm gear is usually made of two materials. The worm shaft is normally made out of hardened steel, and the work gear out of bronze alloy. These two metallurgies lubricate well together. The output shaft will be at a right angle from the driver. There are many different designs of worm gears, some more efficient than others. Based on the number of starts and pitch of worm determines the total reduction of power rating. Worm gears have reductions up to 80-to-1 ratio. They are economical to maintain and purchase and have good overhung load capabilities. Worm gears are versatile and conducive for tight spaces. Easy to maintain, but they are not that efficient. Some examples of worm gears are pulleys, sprockets, and conveyor drums. The third gear today is a spiral bevel gear. Spiral bevel gears are normally utilized when torque is transmitted at a right angle to the prime mover. Bevel gears can also be utilized in conjunction with standard helical gearing to where the shafts are 90 degrees opposed to each other. Bevels are a very efficient form of gearing with close space limitations. Proper mounting dimension and backlash must be achieved in the initial setup. The lubrication properties are excellent when proper setup is achieved. The fourth and final gear we're discussing today is a helical gear. Unlike the SPUR gears, which only transmit torque one tooth at a time, helical gears have multiple teeth that share the transmitting of torque due to helix angle and tooth profile. Helical gears are the most commonly used gearing for enclosed gearboxes. They're excellent for multiple reductions and have excellent lubrication qualities. Helical gears are currently one of the most efficient ways to increase torque and increase horsepower in industrial environments. Helical gears are found in concentric and parallel units. All of the images that you see behind me feature gears. This is a picture of a paper machine. A paper machine has a ton of dryer gears that are constantly rotating to make the paper flow through and dry from one end to the other end. those dryer cans are rotated through the use of gears. This is a picture of a gearbox rebuild. This is a size 6 differential and has helical gearing and bevel gearing, as we discussed earlier. This allows for this box to accommodate multiple arrangements as well as multiple load capabilities. This is another picture of a gearbox rebuild. If you watched the last video, what kind of unit is this, guys? Say it with me, it's a parallel unit. It's parallel because the high-speed input shaft is parallel to the low-speed output shaft. This gearbox utilizes helical gearing, as you can see, because the teeth have an angle which allows for more tooth contact versus having a SPUR gear, which would just be straight across. Last but not least, this vintage photo that I found features a gearbox that winds and unwinds the cable drum of a crane. This gearbox certainly utilizes helical gearing on the inside. Well, folks, that's all the time that we have for this episode. Tune into next week's episode as we discuss how to determine what reducer you need for your application. My name's Laura, and I really enjoyed spending some tea time with you. Have a great day.